So how are my cars?
Let's go look on it. The Stealth is easy to look at.
Oh, they took the whole body kit back off. See, I would have just left it open and ugly. I would have done it wrong, right?
Yeah.
All right, so where's the Stealth? You didn't have that door black, right? The RTs had black headlight doors, so that's what we're doing on these.
I never bring shit my way. No, I'm not shit look easy. You never gonna see me. I'm ripping that pot in their face. I'm going through peak, no easy. Don't tell me you don't need me. I've been had enough of my plate. Not playing with you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are fresh off of a big loss in Las Vegas, but that's okay. Chin up, keep moving forward. I got some updates on the S55. I got the storage lien filed on it, so the guy that screwed me on the paperwork, you can't beat me. We got this car running, we put the oil pump in it, we did the engine mounts on it. Steve's working on some issues with the ABC suspension. We're gonna do that off camera because it's pretty boring. But what we do have that's fun is we got the Dodge Stealth back from the paint shop. Today we're gonna put the cheapest coilovers we could get on eBay on it, see how it looks, because we all know that the attitude is in the altitude and we wanna lower it down, give it a more sinister look. I've also got an update on the 190E Widebody. I'm not gonna do a full reveal on it. Keep in mind, I've still gotta put it together, we've still gotta do our livery, but I wanna show you guys where we're at on it so we're not just leaving you hanging. Now, here's the thing about the 190E Widebody. If this video gets 10,000 views, it's 10,000 views, I will take this supercharged S55 engine and transmission, and we will put it in that wide body 190E. But we gotta get the views.
Oh, do you have a metric tape measure? Mine lip snapped. So.
I did, but you remember that kid I hired that I really didn't like?
Oh.
He stole my tape measure. I want my tape measure back. You guys might have seen these guys advertising all over YouTube, Oxedo Lighting. They asked us to review their lights. They did not sponsor us. They did not ask us to give them a positive review. They asked us to give them an honest review of these lights. I did have a Chevy Avalanche here I was gonna put these in, so that's what I ordered them for, but unfortunately I sold the Avalanche, so it's gonna be a week or two. I gotta find another car that these will fit in, but it's really nice of them, so check these guys out online if you want to.
Before we put the setup on, I wanted to see what the factory ride height or what the current ride height is. So I got about 26 passenger rear measuring from the bottom of this rim, which is not factory, just to the base right here. And I got 26 in the passenger rear, 26 and a half driver rear. And on this side, I've got about like 25 3/4, just to kind of know what it was at before we got started with this setup, to see just how much of a difference it's made. I mean, it's a pretty big gap here, so I'm sure it's gonna be a big difference. But so far, we're in the mid 26s. Everything is basically really, really close, but just wanted to see what it is. So roughly about 26 inches, roughly. Spray this stuff down so it'll be nice and easy by the time I get to the rear to kind of take it off.
Clearly, I gave up on trying to polish this car. I sent it to the body shop and got it painted, had the dent fixed, had all the trim re-blacked out, and I also had RT treatment done to the headlights, which I think really added a lot to this car, even though it's not an RT, just having that look really makes a difference. I like it enough, I might keep it, who knows? And the corner markers too, that would have been even better. Maybe I'll find out what they used and I'll hit these marker lights with that.
Walmart's got to pay for that. They want me to advertise their products. If we move the camber bolts, we will drive funny.
Ooh, we could be stanced. Tilt the wheels in.
Doesn't look like it from the style. So there's two really common styles of getting your camber, especially for the front suspension. The two most common ways, this bolt here, a lot of times what you'll see is an actual cam, like literally like a cam lobe on a camshaft that'll be on here that runs through here. And when this is tightened, it actually pushes or pulls the knuckle in or out relative to the strut. And when it tightens down and you tighten down the bottom bolt, it holds that position. That's something that an alignment machine would pick up and would be able to let you know, hey, this is how much camber, positive or negative, you need, and you would adjust it in that way. The other versions use basically like the end of the bolt has this giant, it's not straight, it's oblong, and that will typically interface with something. It turns out that the original factory strut here uses these corner sleeves. Little tiny marks there and there, kind of hidden by the dirt. And so as that moves in an oblong pattern, because the circle is not centered to the bolt's not centric, it basically concentrically pushes it or pulls it and does the same thing. And what I notice is that our aftermarket ones don't possess the corners for this. So we will have to eventually change to a cam style for that to work, because if you come over here and look at this, these being the fronts, you're not actually going to have anything to grip or push off of. And then there's this hole here. So clearly it's oblong because it's looking for a different style. We can make that work temporarily. We can kind of eyeball it. And even with the machine, we could even potentially loosen this and then try to force it into place and tighten it. Ultimately though, you're gonna not be able to really hold that forever. But we can make these work for sure right now. Just a little extra.
Give it the paw, make all the noises and grunts. Hit the fender with the hammer.
And then you gotta do the
That is a bulky strut. So did we decide how much we wanted to lower it?
Did you decide what you wanted?
No, I did not. I didn't even think about it. But that probably looks pretty good. I mean, that's a good drop over stuck. We can get our little pogo stick in there.
So you want to do the honors?
Do the honors.
And slowly lower the... Just to get close.
Yeah, he's trying to get the camber close. The camber is the tilt of the wheel in and out the axis like this. So we don't want to look like it's stanced like some gay-ass Subaru or Honda Civic riding on the inside edges of the tires. We want to have the wheels as straight as possible. So that's what he's measuring for.
It's a noticeable difference, so we'll just eyeball it. So I just need a...
He started his thought and then wandered off. He does that once in a while. That is substantially lower. I like that.
Try to lower it down, see what it will look like. 24 and 5/8. 24 and 5/8 to 28 and a half. Pretty substantial. 24 and 5/8 to 28 and a half over there. So we got about a
4-inch drop.
Yeah, so I got a feeling we're probably gonna be touching butts. Oh! Maybe not.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I'm not upset either.
I think that's right.
We got lowered about 2-ish inches, so no. So I guess the difference when hanging was okay.
One thing that sucks about being in the Pacific Northwest in the winter is not only do I have to have the heat running all the time, it's how cold it is out, but pine needles. We just had this car painted, all the pine needles were removed. We haven't parked it anywhere near a tree. It's just the nature of the beast being out here, the thing's covered in pine needles. So is the Widebody, it's only been outside a handful of times. That's just a crappy thing about living out here in the Northwest. Steve?
What's up?
We're gonna have to reuse the tuner lugs. I'm just gonna have to cut the tops off them. What I was trying to do is put normal lug nuts in because these tuner lugs are too tall. But even with a thin walled socket, I can't. I have to use a tuner lug. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut the caps off the end, and that should make them work. It's kind of a hokey way to do it. I think for how much better it looks, it's worth the sacrifice in the ride. A little washboardy to me, but you know, they're coilovers, they all are. It's wet out, so we can't really get out and corner it. I don't know, you want to take it out and drive it, see what you think?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You give an honest review of what you think.
We're gonna experience it together. Oh boy, that steering is telling me it wants to go that way and that way. Not a fan of that. Brakes good in this? Okay. Some more clutch than that. Oh boy. For a coilover, I'm not really getting that like really nasty, rough feel that you can get when it's just set too low. So I think we may have this set actually pretty good. I think any more though, it may become very unpleasant. Well, let's check the turtles. Yeah, not really. Not bad. Came back. I think that the coilovers was a great idea. I don't know that I didn't see the brand before, but I'm not mad, you know? I mean, obviously the test of time will tell the durability, but today, I'd recommend them to people.
Well, we're doing our outro now for this one, but if you guys only knew what we're looking at, you don't get to see it today, but you'll get to see it in an upcoming video. You've been waiting for it, we've been waiting for it, but we're just not quite ready to show you yet. But for today, Steve did a fantastic job adjusting the altitude on this car, which really adjusted the attitude. And I even like the way it rides and looks.
Drove great.
Should we tint the windows too? Or is that too much?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, just a little bit, just to give it a, I'm gonna get a pair of Oakleys, grow my mullet back out. Thanks for following along. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And donate.